Rushing Manhua. Hello everyone! In the last chapters we met our student protagonist who lived peacefully until he passed through a door. He was then sent to a world where people have special abilities and he is one of the 4 chosen warriors of the land. When he arrives there, one of the princesses of that world receives him. When she goes to check her special ability, someone invades the castle and kills her and he is blamed for it. So he was sent to a super prison. But he discovers that his spectral form with little energy is still alive, and she goes there to try to help him escape his unjust sentence. 5 seconds to like and subscribe or 10 years of bad luck. Amber from the patrol team is being trained by a man who praises her for her ability to predict attacks. He also tells her that her body is still not as fast as her eyes, and that her weakness is only being able to focus on a single enemy during combat. He says that it is important to know his strengths and weaknesses, because that way even this mere teddy bear like the one at his side could come back like a sword in a real battle. Amber cuts what he was talking, wondering if he likes teddy bears, and says he's going to buy some for him on vacation. He replies, no, he doesn't like them at all. Then we see Amber calling him captain and asking why the head guard isn't there. The man says he has no idea, but he heard the superiors call for her earlier. We see that Amber has entered the women's locker room and asks if the director and captain aren't there too. The man replies that they aren't and asks if she doesn't think it's a bit suspicious. They were called as soon as the warrior Kim Seo John surrendered, and Gwena's affairs are leaking. He believes there is a traitor inside. So we jump to our protagonist walking with the other prisoners and thinking that the escape plan will be implemented today. Is this really happening? He counts the number of guards and estimates around 20. They are all armed. The ghost of the princess appears behind him and says that those are rifles, patterns that work like magic shooters, can reach up to 50 meters away and shoot 19 times in a row. He wonders why she has already appeared, and she tells him to be silent, as only he can see her and he needs to be careful and just listen. 30 minutes later, there will be an ambush while the guards take him back to his cell. The Prota must be prepared. He keeps thinking that a prison break is risky. There is no guarantee that it will work, but that is the only way to completely free himself from the death penalty. That's why he made that choice. Then we see a guard telling him to bow down, as they will remove the device that blocks his power for about 3 minutes to measure his strength and skill. If the miscreant approaches the guards in the middle of this time, they will kill him immediately. He must then move forward now. The Prota is nervous and a guard sends him to the center of the place. The princess appears and says that they must be checking his skills to assign him for a special task. She asks him to confirm if he has ever used his skills correctly. According to the princess, to activate his skill, he must shout her name and imagine that he has another finger. From now on, he must go alone, because there are sensors there that will notice the princess there while walking. The Prota thinks he has never used his ability, so he doesn't even know what she looks like. Suddenly, a voice comes out of the speaker telling him to stop in the middle of the room. He is prisoner A317099 and his ability is storage. The voice tells him to use his ability on the mannequin in front of him, but the Prota doesn't really know what his ability is like, and if it is possible to use it like that, he will have to test it first and will test it at a certain distance. Then he shouts the name, and the voice asks what he is saying and tells him to use the skill soon. The Prota thinks it is not possible to use it at a long distance and believes that shouting the name itself does not activate it. He will try again. Now he imagines having another finger touches the object, thinking about trying to activate its ability. Suddenly, it activates, the mannequin disappears, and he sees several empty slots in the corner of his eyes. A list was displayed. The incredible thing is that the list is endless. The Prota wonders if this means infinite storage. The voice says that he was expecting something big, as he had never heard of this ability. But it turns out that it is an ability based on space manipulation. The protagonist is sure. This is a normal inventory like in games. In anime, he says that normally the protagonist's skills are incredible, but something bothers him. When Princess Natania went to see his skill, she smiled when she saw it. The Prota is ashamed of her, because apparently it doesn't seem like something so incredible, but he is still not disappointed. Why did Natania smile? Is it a skill that has never been seen before, or is there something he doesn't know? The voice then tells him to give it back the mannequin to its original place, as they have finished the skills checkup. The protagonist quickly tries to put it back, but he still doesn't know how to do it. We see 2 people watching him, a guard and and a woman who wonder if it's the first. Once the young man uses his ability, suddenly the woman attacks the man and he falls to the ground, asking her to wait, but she needs to be quick. And with a knife, she finishes the job. The other guards see what is happening, and one speaks for the other to kill quickly by shooting. The protagonist asks Netanya what is happening. According to her, the plan would only start when the verification is finished. The princess says she doesn't know this person and this is not part of her plan. Suddenly, an explosion. Then we see a flashback from 10 minutes ago. One guard complaining to the other that he is already eating again. One of them says he cut himself playing, and the other asks if he also has a cold, as he is coughing, and it is the cold season now. But suddenly he starts coughing and spitting blood. The other man who wasn't dying goes to call the others, but suddenly the symptoms also start in him, and they both fall dead. An all-white villain in black pants passes by them and says he feels nauseous after being inside these guys' stomachs and asks his partner if he's okay. Apparently his partner now controls the bodies of the downed guards, so we jump to the woman walking past the guards, searching her to get into the same place as the protagonist was. When she goes to pass them, she makes signs and asks to go to the bathroom, but one of them says that this looks suspicious and they will search her before letting her go, but she gets nervous and doesn't want to, so everything seems even more suspicious. She is forced to say hello and says that they are exposed and orders her allies to attack. The guards around her are caught. One of them, who didn't die, runs after her, and she quickly thinks that she has to get to the equipment to take off the collar. But more guards appear and they are armed. In the middle of the shots, she manages to take off her collar by the skin of her teeth. Now, with her skills, she makes sure the bullets don't hit her. One of the guards remains looking at her and sees something shiny around her. The space is deforming there. He then tells everyone to retreat, as he imagines that she will return the shots. But the woman was faster and sent everyone back in the blink of an eye. All the guards were killed. Now, with her partner, she says that her goal is to go to Kim Seo-jeon. She is tired and asks her friend why he didn't help her. And he replies that someone needed to watch. The Prota, seeing all this, he wonders who those are because they are not part of Netanya's plan. The good thing is that even though they are not part, it is clear to him that now there are two sides trying to get him out of that prison. The princess is suspicious and thinks that the situation does not seem be so good. But the half-cat woman screams at the Prota not to be afraid and go with them. They want to get him out of there, full of blood. She also says that she won't bite him. Netanya tells him to follow through. Meanwhile, the other man in white shouts at the Catwoman called Ipeko to stop trying to flirt, as they don't have any more time. They need to get out of there in 3 minutes. She then tells the Prota that she hopes she can follow her and introduces herself. He looks uncomfortable, so she asks if he is like this just because of some dead bodies, and he says, just dead bodies. Going through this situation, he wonders if he should go back or follow her, as he is scared because of the bodies. The woman then stretches out her hand and asks him to hold it and close his eyes, as if it were better for him. But with a stern face, he says that he doesn't need it. The man in white complains about their nonsense. In the meantime, discreetly guarding her of the patrol arrives there, and the man notices. She wonders how he noticed if she didn't even touch his shadow. The man says that all shadows share the same vision. They are all interconnected, and she is underestimating his ability. But the patrolman, she says she sees her magic clearly and moves quickly. According to her, her body is fake. The real thing is the shadows on the ground. The man shouts to Ipeko that the girl on patrol has the ability of the demon's eye, which makes her able to see someone's mana flow. Suddenly, the guard cuts him in half. She's going to go all in now and says that apparently there's only one more intruder to get rid of. That's all, guys. Leave a like and subscribe to follow the next videos. If you want to continue this work or there is another one that you want to become a video, comment below. Bye!